Welcome back to another realistic rebuild. This time around, we're going to be doing the Atlanta Falcons. What is a realistic rebuild? It's a rebuild where I take a little bit more time, go into a bit more depth on the games and on the players and on the choices I make. And it's a rebuild until we win the Super Bowl with the selected team in as many episodes as it takes. Usually it's around 2 to 3 episodes. But I've already had one that was 5 episodes long with the New York Jets. The Falcons are an interesting team to do, and I picked them out of a certain reason. Number one, I do have a certain scenario in my head already on how I will be approaching this rebuild. The number two is that it's a very challenging team in itself to rebuild. Let's go through the positions. At left tackle, we've got Jake Matthews, 80 overall and 30 years of age, so he will be regressing quite soon. Next up at left guard, Jalen Mayfield, 22 years old, 75. That's actually very good. He's young, he's 75 at the moment, so he will be progressing. That's very nice. Matt Hennessy, our center, 24 years old, 78 overall, star dev. I'm happy with him. Next up, we've got Chris Lindstrom, 25 years, 85 overall. He's the only player in my O-line that I'm very happy with at the moment. And finally, we've got at right tackle, Caleb McGarry, 27 years old, 75 overall. I do think that we need to do something at this position. To complete this row here, we've got Kyle Pitts, who is a superstar X Factor. He is one of the best tight ends in the game at the moment. He's number 5 ranked tight end at age 21. So you can see this is fantastic. You know, this position is really the most most excellent in the whole team at the moment. Taking a look down here at the wide receiver core, we have Calvin Ridley, 27, 90 overall. So at the moment, this is our wide receiver 1. It's okay, good to work with. Behind him, we have Kadarrell Hodge, 27, 73. This is definitely something that we need to address. Travis Fulgham, 26 years and 69 overall, another player that we need to address quickly. On the other side, wide receiver 2, we've got Auden Tate, 25 years old, 78 overall, normal dev. This is a player where I would say it's a workable wide receiver 2. He will probably go up into the 80s within this season, so that's a positive. But again, this is more at the moment, it's okay. Olamide Zaccheaus, 25 years, 71 overall. We will have to see how he develops. And finally, Frank Darby, 24 and 66 overall. So the wide receivers, to wrap it up, we've got a workable wide receiver 1 and a workable wide receiver 2. But apart from that, the depth is really lacking, and they're in dire need of additional wide receivers. Halfback is Cordral Patterson, 31 years old, 82 overall, star dev. He is good, I reckon, but this is a position that you just have to address if you're going to do a rebuild, because he is just a bit on the old side, and he will be regressing soon. Behind him, the next best halfback is Jordan Scarlett, 26 out of 68. So this is a position that we really need to do something about. We do not have a dedicated fullback. You can see at the moment it's Koji Olison filling in here. So for the moment that's okay, but I always like having a dedicated fullback. And the most important position in most rebuilds is the position of quarterback. And since Matt Ryan left the Falcons for the Indianapolis Colts this free agency window, we are looking at Marcus Mariota as the QB1. He's 28 years old, 70 overall, and I don't think that I really have to comment much. He is an okay backup quarterback in my eyes. He's got good throw power, speed, acceleration, agility, change of direction are all okay, so he can move if push comes to shove. But overall, it's just not enough for a QB1. And at 28, he will not be progressing and improving any further. Behind him, there's Felipe Franks, just for the completion's sake. He's 68 overall, 24 years old. And then finally, we have Steven Montez at 58 and 25 overall. Defense is not looking that much better. At free safety, we've got Richie Grant, 24 years old, 75 overall. So again, the age is what convinces me to hold on to him. He might improve into the 80s. Behind him, we've got Eric Harris, 32, 70. So he's a backup and nothing more. Right outside linebacker, that's a name to break your tongue with. Ade Tokumbo, I tried that before to get it smoothly, but I didn't. And Ogundeji is his last name, so that went well. 23 years old and a 69 overall. Again, he does have some positive attributes, but he's definitely not starting material, so we need to do something about this position. At mid linebacker, we've got Roshan Evans, 26 and an 86 overall star dev, so I'm happy with him. Next to him at mid linebacker 1, 27 and an 87, also star dev. So my two mid linebackers, these are okay. We can leave those. Right outside linebackers, sorry, we've got Lorenzo Carter, the 26 and a 77 overall, so that's okay as well for me. Strong safety, bit of a mixed bag, to put it lightly. We have Kendall Sheffield, who's actually a corner, filling in as the backup, and my starting strong safety is Jalen Hawkins, 25 years old, 71 overall. We could go with him, he's got good speed, good acceleration, hit power, and apart from that, stamina's good and injury as well. Other attributes are okay-ish, looking at pursuit, zone coverage, and so on, but then there's just a few tackle, man coverage that are really weak. So we do need improvement there. Let's look at the corners, starting at cornerback 2. We've got 32-year-old Casey Hayward Jr., 86 overall. That's a no-go. He will be declining after this season. On the other hand, we've got AJ Terrell Jr., 23 at an 89, so that's a corner that I like to see. We'll be holding on to him also as part of the whole rebuild. Isaiah Oliver, 25 and a 77, so that's good. And finally, we've got Darren Hall, 22 and 67 overall. So I think that Hayward will have to go, and we can have Sheffield or Oliver slotting in at cornerback 2. Looking at left edge, we have Marlon Davidson, 24 years old, 75 overall. Again, not bad, not great, but we can hold on to him due to his age. He's 24. I see no need to act right now here. To D-tackle, we've got Vincent Taylor, 28 and a 70 overall. So this is something where we definitely need to do something. And at right edge, we can see that Grady Jarrett is here, 29, 86 overall. So for 1 year, yes, but after that, we will have to do something and change this position a little bit. It's always a bit of a risk holding on to a player for too long. He's 29 now. If we do not trade him now, he might regress, he might go down in overall and go down in dev trade, and that would definitely hurt us. To complete our view of the team, we have a very good kicker. This is Younghoe Koo, 28 years old, 84 overall. He's one of the best kickers in the game at the moment, so I'm very happy. We can definitely leave him. At punter, it's a 27-year-old, 66 overall, Corliss Waitman. Yeah, his kick power is okay, but apart from that, everything else is not where I want to see it. Yeah. Overall, you can see that this team really has a lot of places that we need to touch up upon, and we will be heading into the draft first. Maybe take a quick look at free agency, but I do see the first season is always the season where we just try to clean house a little bit, get in talents via draft, and then we start the slow rebuild. Okay, first deal done. We are sending Matthews, our left tackle, to the Bears. We are receiving Tevin Jenkins, also a left tackle with a star dev, and he's 24 years old, so definitely prospect for the future there. Second deal done. We are sending our right tackle McGarry and a 7th round pick to the Chiefs. We are receiving Lucas Niang, also a right tackle, a bit lower in overall right now, but a star dev and 24 years old. Next deal done, we are sending our halfback Cordral Patterson this year's 5th round pick and next year's 7th round pick to the Steelers. We are receiving halfback Benny Snell, who's 24 years old, so 7 years younger and only 6 lower in overalls. All right, next deal done. We are sending our right edge Grady Jarrett and our corner Hayward Jr. to the Cowboys. We are receiving draft pick number 27. All right, next deal done. We are sending our 2 first-round picks, number 21 and 25, to the 27 to the Jets. We are receiving 5th overall pick. I have a very special draft pick in mind, so I had to trade up. We are handing out 3 offers at the moment in free agency week 1. Number 1 is Jack Fox. I want to have a better punter than Waitman. And I think Jack Fox would fit very well into the team. He's young, he's got a star dev, he's 85 overall, well-rounded. Next up, D-tackle Doug Costin, 24 years old, star dev 76 overall. He would definitely solve our problem at D-tackle. We have Taylor and Rush at the moment, but neither are fit to be starting D-tackles. So either we draft a player and hope he turns out well, or we bring in a player like Costin, who is a scheme fit and a star dev, so would definitely fit well. And finally, I'm offering a contract to Ben Mason, 23-year-old fullback, 71 overall, normal dev trait. As I already mentioned, I just like having a dedicated fullback at that position, not using halfbacks or tight ends. All right, 2 good news, 1 bad. Punter Jack Fox has accepted, as did Ben Mason. We were rejected by Douglas Costin. Let's do a quick draft recap. In the first round, we picked our future QB1, Malik Willis. He's a 21-year-old rookie out of Liberty. He's got good throw power, deep accuracy, medium accuracy, short accuracy, all very good. Throw on the run, under pressure, all looking good. But what really stands out are his physical attributes: speed, acceleration, agility, change of direction, stamina. These are all very, very good, as are trucking, stiff arm, spin move, and juke move. So he's a dual weapon quarterback. I think he will fit well into the offense style that the Falcons are using. All the other skills we will be improving over time, and he's a 73 overall, but already well-rounded in the physical department, so he will only get better. In the second round, we picked Travis Jones, 71 overall, D-tackle. We just needed to do something. I wasn't able to sign anyone useful in free agency, and to be honest, I'd rather have a young D-tackle at the position who's 71 overall than a rather old player and a 69 overall, so it just makes sense right there. Third pick was Logan Hall, right outside linebacker, 22 years old. He's out of Houston, 71 overall. So yeah, again, an improvement over our current player, young player. He will develop quickly at the beginning. Let's see if we can't develop him into an elite player. Next up, Kobe Bryant. Yes, the name's the same. He's a corner, 72 overall, hidden dev trait. I will be slotting him straight into my cornerback core. He's got good speed, good acceleration, good agility. And down there you can see stamina is absolutely great, as is his injury rating. Zone coverage, man coverage, all very good. And of course that sweet hidden dev trait. Fourth round pick, Damien Pierce, halfback, 70 overall, 22 years old. I'm happy with that. He will be filling in right behind Snell, so he can be an understudy right there. Sixth round pick was Thomas Booker, again a D-tackle for depth, 21 years old, out of Stanford, normal dev trait, 69 overall. I liked his strength, tackle, play recognition, and acceleration right there. Yeah, a depth player, nothing more. All right, offense is looking good so far. I'm happy with this O-line right here. We traded for Tevin Jenkins, so he's a new addition at left tackle, of course. We've got Jalen Mayfield. He's our left guard, 22. I expect him to go into the high 70s, maybe even low 80s within this season. Hennessy's our center, Chris Lindstrom, our right guard, Lucas Niang. We traded for him, we brought him in. He is the right tackle, 24 years old, and a 74 star rated player, so that's very promising. Kyle Pitts, of course, our tight end. Wide receiver core, nothing has changed. We are going with Calvin Ridley and Auden Tate. We brought in Ben Mason in free agency, and we traded for Benny Snell. You can see that behind him we put the drafted halfback in there. He's just the next best thing, as you might say. Of course, centerpiece is Malik Willis, 21 rated QB. He will be our starting QB, and we'll be focusing on improving him. Next up, defense. We did change things at right outside linebacker. We brought in a rookie here. Hall is the new guy. Down here at D-tackle, you can see that it's Travis Jones. He was also drafted right now in the draft. And at right edge, we now have John Kominski, 26 years old. Let me just put Taquan Graham up there. I know that he's a little bit lower rated, but he's 23, and I reckon those 3 years will be more valuable than those 3 overall right now in the short run. Left edge, we've got Marlon Davidson, 24 years old, 75 overall. Terrell Jr. is our CB1, and I put Kobe Bryant here at CB2. I want to reveal his dev trait as quickly as possible, and if he proves to be a star dev, then again he will be improving quicker, and those 5 difference in overall will not hurt that much. Special teams, I'm looking at Jack Fox and Young-Hoo Koo, so very happy about these two. Young-Hoo Koo is a very good kicker, and now we have a very strong punter as well, so this really gives me a lot of confidence. Overall, to be honest, the team is not looking fantastic. Defense is 77, offense 81, overall 79. But this being a realistic rebuild, I do expect it to not be over within 1 season. So now, without much further ado, as they say, let's restart. Let's get into the season. I will see you at the mid-season point. And yeah, let's start the journey for the Atlanta Falcons towards the Super Bowl victory. It's the mid-season point of the 2022 season. The Falcons are at 1-5. Not a big surprise, I would say. We can see that we have a player returning from injury right there, Damien Pierce. I will not be looking at the roster right now. I will just be taking that on the chin. I do expect us to improve a little bit, but I do not expect any crazy improvements right here. So let's head towards the playoffs and see if we can improve on that 1 win for this season. At the end of the 2022 season, the Falcons are in 4th spot in the NFC South. No surprise right there. We did go up to a 5-12, so we did improve. Overalls did go up as well. We are now at an 83 overall with our offense slightly higher rated than the defense. Looking at the squad that completed this first season, I am seeing no surprises. Everybody did go up a little bit in their overalls, as was to be expected. There were no dev trait changes, but again, this is not something that I was hoping for within the first season. We did get a reveal of Bryant down here. Kobe Bryant is a star dev, so he's now comfortably sitting as my CB2, as he will be improving a little bit quicker. Isaiah Oliver at a 78 and Sheffield at a 79, so the cornerbacks are actually pretty well set. My free safety is now at a 75 and 25 years of age. Not really improving that quickly. Hall is workable here at right outside linebacker with a 76-23, so these 4 are okay-ish for me. Strong safety is a position that we should improve, despite me liking younger players and giving them a chance to develop. This is just not something that I see happening here in the foreseeable future, so strong safety definitely something that we need to improve. Apart from that, you can see that Graham went up by 3 overall within 1 season, and Kominski actually only went up by 2, so it was the right call to put him in the first spot here at right edge. The 2022 season has concluded with the Super Bowl, and the Green Bay Packers have won against the Baltimore Ravens. The Green Bay Packers 29, the Ravens 25. Super Bowl MVP was the Packers D-tackle Kenny Clark. The MVP was the Saints' Alvin Kamara overall, so that's interesting. Coach of the Year was Bengals coach Zach Taylor. Offensive player Alvin Kamara as well. Defensive player was left outside linebacker TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Malik Willis, so that's something I like to see. Defensive Rookie was Nakobe Dean. I do think that this will give an experience boost to Malik Willis. Let's just hope that he goes up in depth trade soon. This will help in improving him quicker. Player renegotiation time. There's a lot of players in here. Just take a look at this load. I will be going through them now one by one, and yeah, just letting you in on my thought process. So let's start with Chris Lindstrom, 2687. I want to hold on to him, maybe even long term, because this is just a very, very good player at a good position, and he is not asking for a crazy lot, so that's fine. Next up, Benny Snell. He's my halfback. I do want to hold on to him. He did really well, I think. So he will get a new contract offer as well. All right, he's signing with us. Lorenzo Carter, right outside linebacker, 80 overall, star dev. I'm happy with holding on to him. How long? Let's give him 5 years, 32. We should be able to trade him if push comes to shove. John Kominski, left edge. Let's hold up on that one. Germany Fetty, nope. Nick Muse, tight end, 62 overall, 24, no. Olamide Zacchaeus, wide receiver, 2674, no. Elijah Wilkinson, right tackle, 28 and a 73, no. Marcus Mariota, 29 overall, 71. I would hold on to him, but he's just asking for too much over 3 years. I don't really see that. I don't want to lowball him, so I will be letting him go. And yeah, he should seek his fortune elsewhere. Left outside linebacker Deshaun Davis, 27 years old and a 68 overall. Not really worth holding on to. The same goes for Raquan Williams with a 68 overall and a 26 years of age. So not really holding on to many players here. Lorenzo Carter, Benny Snell, and Chris Lindstrom are getting new offers. All the others, I really think that we can get similar players that are asking way less, or that we can simply really lowball in free agency or sign in the draft. All right, so in this free agency window, we are now handing out quite a few contracts. We are handing an offer to Mecole Hardman, wide receiver, 25 years old, 89 overall. He would really be a great improvement, and I think that he could be a great wide receiver too, alongside Calvin Ridley, if we maybe decide to move Ridley on. Next up, Amani Hooker, strong safety. We direly need an improvement at that position. I don't think that Hawkins is the player for the future. Amani Hooker could be. Let's see if we make that bidding war. Next up, D-tackle Tyshawn Wharton, 25 years old, 77 overall, scheme fit. Yeah, he's a slight improvement over Jones, and in any case, he would be just yeah, a slight improvement. I'm gonna think over that one. Maybe I'm gonna draw that one back and just wait for the youth to improve. Let's see what we do here. Next up, definitely tight end backup Foster Moreau, 26 years old, to slot in behind Kyle Pitts. Jerry Tillery, right edge backup, nothing more, nothing less. Next up, left tackle Prince Tega Wanogo, backup for Tevin Jenkins. Aaron Brewer at left guard, backup for Jalen Mayfield. And finally, Will Putnam at right guard. He is a backup for Chris Lindstrom. Wow, all right. A lot of contracts accepted. We have contracts accepted by right edge Tillery, right guard Putnam, wide receiver Mecole Hardman. Very happy about that. Left guard Brewer, D-tackle Wharton, tight end Foster Moreau, strong safety Amani Hooker. That's a huge improvement. And left tackle Prince Wanogo. I think we got everybody actually. Let me just check if we are missing someone. All right, we got everybody. Great success right there. Okay, so the pre-draft roster is looking like this. At the O-line, I see things that I like. No changes needed there. Tight end is well set right now. No changes needed. Wide receiver core is really nice with McCall Hardman. And then on the other side, we've got Calvin Ridley. We've got Auden Tate. And yeah, after that, things get ugly pretty quickly, but let's ignore that for the moment. We've got a very nice halfback. That's Benny Snell, 25 years and a 77 overall. Our fullback is Ben Mason, and Malik Willis is, of course, our quarterback. On defense, things have changed a little bit since we were able to sign Amani Hooker over here. I'm very happy about that. He's an instant improvement at strong safety. He's 25 years old, 84 overall. Just look at those ratings. Speed, zone coverage, play recognition, acceleration, awareness, all very, very good stats. And a massive improvement over Hawkins, who was sitting at a 73 overall. Down here, I will be giving a face to Trey Wharton in short order. He's a 79 overall. And below we can see that we've got Jones and Booker, so we are really well set for the future. Time for the draft recap of the 2023 draft. In the first round, we selected Derek Craig for the left outside linebacker position. He's a 22-year-old rookie out of Texas A&M, hidden depth trait, and his ratings already look very well rounded. As it is, he will be slotting straight into the team. Next up, second round pick was Marcus Noble. He's a 22-year-old rookie out of South Carolina, 75 overall. I will be switching his position to free safety. I did select the strong safety, I know, but I need a free safety, and this is what I'll be doing with him. He should be fitting that position very fine as well. So this is that problem dealt with. Next up, we have another free safety, Levi Brown, 71 overall, hidden depth trait, 89 speed, 91 acceleration, very nice. Next up, Taj Weldon, left edge. He is a 23-year-old rookie out of Kansas, 67 overall. And next up, Casey Murray, halfback from Idaho, also 67 overall with a normal depth trait. And our final pick was 5th round pick, Devante McKee, right edge, 68 overall. 22-year-old rookie out of Syracuse. This is the squad heading into the next season now. No changes on offense, as you can see, but we did mix things up a little bit on defense. We now have our first round pick, Derek Craig, at left outside linebacker. My target for this season is to reveal his depth trait. I do hope it's something above star, but star is fine as well. Our D-line is looking very nice. I switched Lorenzo Carter over here to his correct right outside linebacker position. We also have Reggie Grant here at the free safety with a 78 overall. Behind him, we've got Marcus Noble, who we picked in the draft. And behind him, we have Levi Brown. We'll see what his depth trait is. He's a 71 overall. Let's see how quickly he improves. It's only 7 overall difference, so maybe he will be a higher depth trait compared to these two and progressing more quickly. Other than that, we welcome Amani Hooker into the squad and Trey Wharton now with a face. Apart from that, no changes. Let me just drag Graham up here again. He is the younger of the two. He's 24 years old, 75 overall. Tillery is 26, so he should be improving a bit quicker. Without much further ado, off into the season we go. Mid-season point 2023 season. The Atlanta Falcons are now at the bottom again. It's 2-5, so that's an improvement. Last time around, we only had 1 win at this point in time. So yeah, we did go up a little bit. We did obviously have injuries to deal with, but those are no excuse. Off we head towards the end of the regular season, and then it's time for further improvements. I especially see defense as an area that we really need to focus upon. But our offense is giving me a lot of hope, and I do really think that this season plus a little bit of rebuilding, and we are in the race in the next season. All right. Well, we're at the end of the 2023 regular season now, and you can see that we did go up to third place now. We're above the Panthers with 7-10, so we did rack up 7 wins and only recorded 10 losses. So that's a major improvement over last season. Also looking at the overalls, I'm really happy to see that the team is improving and producing results. Looking at the team ranks, things can be improved, of course, but the pass yards per game are absolutely great. We're in number 2 spot right there. However, I do see that we really need to focus on improving defense in the next offseason and also improve our rushing game. These 2 areas are the main areas that we will be focusing upon. Let's take a quick look into the playoff bracket. We are nowhere in here, but again, second season of a rebuild, and the Falcons are a tough team to rebuild without going absolutely crazy. I will be cutting this episode right here. It's just a perfect time before we head into off season and then into next season. I do hope you liked what you saw. If you did, please drop me a like and subscribe. That always helps the channel a lot. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. See you next time.